Hours earlier, disgraced former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried led away in handcuffs after a Bahamian judge denied his bail, calling him a flight risk. Bankman-Fried now attempting to fight extradition back to the U.S., where he's facing civil charges from the SEC and 8 counts of criminal fraud filed by the Justice Department, including money laundering and wire fraud.
All the cockroaches now are beginning to scatter as this big scam falls apart. You had Sam Bankman-Fried that was arrested on Monday evening, just before, ironically, before the Senate House committee that he was supposed to testify before to talk about the collapse of FTX. And I find this very strange because, as we know through all of the research and data that's been out there, that Sam has been a major contributor to the Democratic Party. There are rumors out there to up to $40 million that he has contributed over the last couple of years to the Democratic Party. And I find it very strange that they go and arrest him down in the Bahamas 24 hours before that he's going to go in to the Senate committee to testify. So moving along here from the New York Post, Caroline Eastland likely working with feds against Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, why at this point would she not? I mean, I think all of these people involved in this crypto scam are all cockroaches. They all should be thrown in jail. And now what's going to happen is they're all going to start turning against each other because they don't want to go down for a long period of time. And I'm sure if people cooperate, because the big person here in the picture now that they're going after is Sam Bankman-Fried. And I'll say this here, I'm going to be very curious to see ultimately what his sentence will be once this all falls out. And what I mean by that is, we know, just like I previously said, he has donated multi-millions of dollars to the Democratic Party. And I'm just going to be very curious to see ultimately in the end what his sentence will be. But he's the key person in this. This is the one that they want. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of silencing going on. They're going to hide this guy away. He knows a lot of things. And that's why I think they didn't bring him in to testify during the Senate committee. And it's funny, I just went back and read some articles about 5 days ago, and he said he wanted to testify. Now there's articles out there saying that he didn't want to testify. But if he didn't want to testify, why did they go out and arrest him previously to testifying? Because he would have been out in front of the world to testify, to say all these things. And I guarantee you, he probably would have pointed and said, I gave money to all of you, all of the people in the Democratic Party. So anyway, let's move on a little bit to this article. It says Sam Bankman-Fried reported ex-girlfriend was likely among the first people to turn on him and help prosecutors build their fast-moving fraud case in the epic $8 billion plus collapse of FTX cryptocurrency exchange, a former U.S. government lawyer said on Wednesday. Caroline Ellison, 28, is a key figure in the case, as she was at one time the CEO of Alameda Research hedge fund, which authorities claimed received billions of dollars that Bankman-Fried, 30, diverted from FTX. She would have among the greatest incentives to cooperate, as it is seemingly like that in the efforts to exculpate himself, Bankman-Fried would try to finger her. I'm sure he's already done that a million times. But moving along, former Security and Exchange Commission lawyer Howard Fisher told the Post. Fisher said the speed of the indictment and the breadth of the charges against Bankman-Fried meant someone would relatively senior and is cooperating with the federal authorities in exchange for leniency for their own potential misconduct. It is possible that Bankman-Fried's publicity tour, in which he repeatedly disclaimed either knowledge of or responsibility for mishandling or theft of customer assets, spurred senior officers to fear that he would specifically blame them, he said. And here's a wonderful picture here of the feds going over and arresting Fried over in the Bahamas. It goes on to say here, earlier this month, an unconfirmed sighting of Ellison in Lower Manhattan coffee shop sparked speculation she was in the Big Apple to meet with law enforcement officials. Manhattan U.S. Attorney Damon Williams revealed Tuesday some of Bankman-Fried's alleged accomplices had flipped on him. I mean, why wouldn't they at this point? They know they're going down. They know they're going down hard, and they're all in on this. So I don't believe for one fucking minute that none of these people that are acting in this scam didn't know about it. And what they're all going to do, like I said, is just start turning around and pointing the finger on Fried. But, you know, they're all guilty and they all need to go down. They knew what was going on. Moving on here, it says, to anyone who participated in the wrongdoing at FTX or Alameda Research and who's not yet come forward, I would strongly encourage you to come see us before we come to you. And here's a lovely picture of Ellison. Jesus Christ, she's a mess. A match made in heaven. It's another picture over here. Oish. And here's her being spotted in that New York coffee shop. Former federal prosecutor Duncan Levin told the Post the speed with which prosecutors secured Bankman-Fried indictment Friday, less than a month after the XTX went bust, suggests that they had been able to build a case just out of financial records. Usually white-collar cases of this magnitude are under investigation for months, if not years, and then cooperators are used to build a case from the ground up. It's unlikely the government even had time to develop any cooperator testimony. The government is certainly basing its case on a torrent of bank and other financial records. Bankman-Fried's defense lawyer, Mark Cohen, said that his client was reviewing the charges with his legal team and considering all the legal options. This dude is going down hard. And I tell you, don't get this guy near the Clintons or around the Clintons, because I'll say this now. Sam Bankman-Fried did not hang himself. So I'll be really curious to see what happens here throughout the remainder of this case. And obviously, I'll keep you all informed. So what do you guys think? Do you think Fried will be the one that goes down solely alone in this case, or do you think his ex-girlfriend and knowing participants in this scam are going to go down as well? Leave your comments below. I'll be curious to see what you all think. I just have one thing that I need to say before I go. If you've gotten this far in the video, please, for all those viewers that have come over, and you've come over a lot, just take like 3 seconds and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and the most important thing is hit the like button, please, to pass this video along in the algorithm, and it helps build this channel and this audience so I can continue to put out content like this. With that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. I appreciate everybody sticking with me through it. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I will see you on the next one. And as always, remember to keep it live and keep it loud. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.